And Joe Concha is also on set right now. Joe, we have seen Hollywood rejection of Donald Trump before. It doesn't usually work out too well for them. So what's your reaction to what's going on?
I just love the fact that Trump said he was elected chairman of the board of the Kennedy Center unanimously. Because he did it himself,
yeah,
right?
Okay.
I'm shocked that
CNN
should have done a fact check on that. That would have been kind of funny. But as Trump said, the center has become wokey. He says he's going to make it hot again, and then his exact words were, you know, we made the presidency hot again, so this shouldn't be too hard. But the shows that we're playing there, to Cheryl's point earlier, include Broadway Drag Brunch, a drag salute to divas, Dragtastic Dress Up, which featured a drag story hour. So that sound you hear, that's JFK rolling over in his grave. How did we get there exactly? It's all about the ecosystem, right? And the people you just said that just resigned. They got a bailout, a huge one during COVID, and they only went on to fire people, the little people, you know, as the pretentious would say. But this is how it works. Elections have consequences. He's the executive. He can fire whoever he wants. Let's get some diversity in there, true diversity, and not these niche shows that only apply to a small part of the population.
Let's get back to the Nutcracker. Some wonderful ballets and cultural performances. That sounds like it would be a good idea. Okay, so let's go back into the Wayback Machine, if you will, back to the presidential election. If you remember, Donald Trump did an interview with Joe Rogan, and Kamala Harris was actually supposed to do one as well, but then her camps came out and said there was a scheduling issue. Joe Rogan wanted this date, couldn't do that date. We couldn't make it work. Well, Joe Rogan is now responding to all of that. I'll let him speak for himself on how he feels about what the Harris campaign said. Watch this.
It's just normal political. They just lie. They cover their and they lie. I would have been very happy to have her on. And like I said, the goal was to release both of them the same day. They just got scared. They could have put her in. I would have held her hand. We would have had a conversation. I'm not going to be antagonistic. I'm not going to be I have no desire to turn this into a viral clip thing.
So what do you think about that? I guess if there's any lesson learned, it's go on the Joe Rogan podcast if you're invited on the Joe Rogan podcast and you're running for president.
Yeah, and Carly, don't make your own rules. So if you remember during the campaign, the Kamala campaign said, we are not going to Austin, Texas. We're too busy. Yet Donald Trump went to Austin, Texas, and J.D. Vance went to Austin, Texas for that interview. And then they said, we're not doing 3 hours. We're only doing an hour max. And Rogan said, no, go pound sand. Because I've never done that for anybody before. I'm not about to make any exceptions. And by the way, he endorsed Bernie Sanders in 2020. So I don't want to hear any more about he's a right-wing ideologue like I'm hearing. The bottom line is that Kamala Harris and Tim Walz blew it, just like they blew it during that craptastic campaign over and over. Al Smith dinner as an example.
Oh, exactly. And, you know, it feels like a lifetime ago during the campaign when he did the podcast and Kamala Harris didn't. But bringing it back to today, I mean, it does show once again that Donald Trump is available for the media, and we didn't have that for 4 years.
And Barron
How many
Trump?
Media appearances have already happened? Well,
great point.
Speaking of that, this is another notable media moment that took place yesterday between Donald Trump and CNN's Caitlin Collins in the Oval Office. Listen to this.
Mr. President, you won the White House in part because of high inflation. If your tariffs make prices...
Excuse me, we haven't asked you to speak yet, please. Right? This should have never been allowed to happen. I know he's a friend of yours.
But couldn't Putin just withdraw his...
He's a friend of CNN.
Yeah, and the notable part of that, Joe, to me, wasn't Donald Trump saying that Joe Biden is a friend of CNN and Caitlin Collins. It's the fact that the time that she chose to speak out, it was before she was called upon. I believe there is decorum when you're in the Oval Office meeting with the president, and there is a time to speak, and she sort of chose to violate that?
And Caitlin Collins should know that because she was a White House correspondent during the first Trump term. And then Joe Biden comes into office and suddenly she couldn't run from that room fast enough. But now she's back to hold the powerful accountable because Trump is back in. She's there to make herself the story. She is a recycled version of Jim Acosta. Look at me. No other reporter there jumped in to ask a question. Only Caitlin Collins did because CNN wants to be a part of the story because that's worked so well for CNN to this point. Here's what I know. Since 4 years ago this time in 2021, CNN's primetime ratings, which include Caitlin Collins' show, is down 85% from that time. No one trusts that network anymore, to Trump's point.
All right, Joe, thank you so much for
Happy Valentine's Day, by the way. I wanted to give you a plant.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, flowers, you're married, I'm married, but I figure a plant would be a nice thing.
This is our friendship plant.
Yes, a friendship plant,
Oh,
exactly.
I love it, Joe. Thank you so much.
You got to water it and everything.
I'll keep it right here for the end of the show and all the shows to come. Joe, thank you so much.
Sure, thank the makeup people.